Hey guys, Chris Cookin' Nashville here. If you watched my video last week, you know I did the most amazing Thanksgiving turkey technique ever for keto and carnivore people. Today, I'm gonna show you how we use the liquid that comes off of that turkey to make an amazing low-carb, keto, carnivore, and if you want it to be, dairy-free turkey gravy for your Thanksgiving table. We're gonna show you how it tastes on some turkey and some of my carnivore mashed potatoes. Y'all make sure to stick around so you can see what my lovely wife thinks of my keto and carnivore gravy. How's that gravy?
That gravy is awesome. And I will say too, the turkey, the gravy, and your carnivore mashed potatoes, don't feel like I'm missing out on any of that stuff. I mean, it just tastes so freaking good.
All right guys, to make turkey gravy, we need to have a turkey. So this is a turkey in a bag. Here I'm gonna be sous videing and I'm gonna be pouring chicken broth with poultry seasoning over top of this. I'm gonna link my turkey video down below to show you how I did this. If you wanna see, I'm sous videing this turkey, and if you wanna learn that recipe, I'll put that video link down below. And once this turkey is done cooking, we're gonna be using this liquid to make our gravy. Now you can do this with a roasted turkey, anything. You can just take a fried turkey and you can use like trimmings from it and you can cut those off and you can roast those and use that with chicken broth to get this turkey liquid. But I've done it with my sous vide here and it's gonna be collected in the bag. So whatever you gotta do, chicken broth and turkey trimmings or cooking it in the turkey broth this way, whatever you got to do, just get yourself your turkey broth, and then I'm going to pull this out of the sous vide. We're going to separate out this broth, and that's what we're going to use to make our gravy. So all I'm going to do is pour this liquid the turkey has been sous videing into a pan, and I'm going to end up using about 2 cups of this. I'm just going to separate all of it out right now and get all that turkey flavor along with that chicken broth, but I'm going to use about 2 cups of this in the end. Okay, I'm just gonna take my turkey and chicken broth mixture here. This is gonna end up going on the stove. I'm gonna keep that warm, and then I'll measure out 2 cups of that liquid to start. Okay, the first thing we need to do is taste this turkey broth, chicken broth mixture and make sure that the seasoning is good. This one is perfect. Add a little salt if you feel like it needs it. I'm adding a little bit of fresh ground pepper, and I'm going to add just a little bit more poultry seasoning. We'll stir that in, and that will take care of the seasoning for this broth, and then we can make our gravy. So we're gonna start with about 2 cups of this broth. I did not measure it exactly, but about 2 cups, and we're gonna put it on a medium heat. We need to bring this broth up to a simmer or a gentle boil. Once our broth has started to simmer or gently boil, we're actually going to pour this into a different bowl a little at a time, and inside this bowl I have 6 egg yolks. Now I'm doing 6 egg yolks for 2 cups of liquid. If you want thicker gravy, you can use 8 or even 10 egg yolks. If you want thinner, you can use 4 egg yolks. But what I'm gonna do is slowly drizzle in this boiling, simmering temperature broth while I am whisking those egg yolks. You need to do this slowly because you're gonna be tempering the egg yolks. We don't wanna make scrambled eggs. We want to use these to thicken the gravy. So we're gonna slowly drizzle this in until we have added the entire 2 cups of simmering temperature liquid. Always, always, always keep that moving and whisking thoroughly so that you do not start to cook the eggs too quickly. Once all of the liquid is in and we're whisking it still really well, you can see it is starting to thicken slightly already. What we're gonna do is now pour this back into our pan, and we're going to keep this on a medium low to low heat, and we're gonna continue whisking this while we bring it back to simmering. Now, once it starts to simmer and bubble, you have cooked those egg yolks, so you do not have to worry so much about whisking constantly once it is simmering again. But until it starts to simmer, you want to keep this moving so that you do not get lumps of egg in your gravy. Once we have brought our gravy back to a simmer, we can taste this for seasoning. If you want to add more egg yolks at this point to make it a little bit thicker, you would do that the same way with tempering it in a separate bowl and then pouring it back. If you need to add a little more broth to make it thinner, you can do that. But we're gonna turn the heat off and we're gonna taste this for seasoning. If you need to add a little bit more salt, or you wanna add more pepper or more poultry seasoning, now is the time to correct your seasoning. So we're just gonna taste this, make sure it is perfect as far as the seasoning, and then make sure our texture is where we want it. And then one last thing I would recommend you do is take an immersion blender, put the immersion blender down in this and blend it up really well, really nice and smooth. If you want a creamier gravy, you could also add a few tablespoons of cream or even up to a 1/4 cup of cream right now. I'm gonna keep it this way for us. If you want it dairy-free, don't do that, but if you don't mind the dairy, it is really nice to put a little bit of cream in there. So grab yourself an immersion blender, make it nice and smooth right before you serve it, and that is going to be the perfect way to make your Thanksgiving gravy. All we need to do now is plate it up, give it a taste, and see how it goes with this amazing turkey and carnivore mashed potatoes that I have made for us. All right, guys, we are going to dig in and we're gonna let you know just how good this keto and carnivore gravy tastes.
For starters, looks amazing. Looks really, really, really good. The smell. Oh man, that's really good. You may not get any of this, I'm so sorry. Gravy too, man. Oh my gosh, that gravy is super good on here. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say other than yum. I don't really know like what all you put into this or anything. The flavors in this, I mean, it's probably like the best I've ever had. I don't miss anything. I know, don't you usually put flour in gravy? I can't taste the difference. It literally just tastes like a really, really good white gravy. It tastes just super good. There's such good flavor.
The turkey you guys saw was done with the sous vide technique. Now I understand some people are not really into the whole sous vide thing and you may be concerned about cooking with plastic. I get it. I don't do it very often, but you can actually get bags that are made out of silicone that are reusable and washable. You can sous vide that way. Truthfully though, you can cook your turkey any way you like to cook it. You wanna roast it, you wanna fry it, however it is you like to do it, smoke it, whatever. So you guys saw what I did with that gravy is I took the liquid from the bag. If you're not doing a sous vide thing, just use it whatever your favorite chicken broth thing is, and you can take pieces of turkey and actually roast them and then boil them into that chicken broth and get that same turkey flavor in there. However it is you want to do it. If you want it to be a thicker gravy, you can reduce the amount of liquid and increase the amount of the egg yolks. If you want it thinner, do less egg yolk and more liquid. I still have extra liquid from the bag. I kept it on the side just in case it got too thick because you can always add a little bit more at the end to thin it out. Make your gravy whatever texture you like and just use, again, more egg yolk or less egg yolk depending on how thick you like it. You know, that turkey gravy is usually thinner than a typical, like, say, white gravy you would put on a biscuit or a brown gravy that would come on mashed potatoes or that kind of a thing any other time of the year. You can do it totally dairy-free. You can add some cream if you want dairy in there and you want it to be creamier, you can do that. That was the way that I did it, though. You get that really nice turkey flavor in there. Any final thoughts on the gravy?
It's an amazing gravy. That is just some good stuff right there. I think you could make it and just put it on the Thanksgiving, table. I don't think anyone would know that it's carnivore or anything like that. I mean, it just tastes like a really good white turkey gravy. I'm not gonna lie, this is so good. And the carnivore mashed potatoes,
If you haven't seen that carnivore mashed potato video, I'm gonna link that here in the gravy video. That is kind of the recipe that made me blow up a little bit more than some of the others. I've had a number of people that have done it, reviewed it, said they love it, and it's incredible. A lot of people have served it to people who are not keto and carnivore, and they say they either don't know it's not real mashed potatoes, or it's so close, they're like, yeah, maybe it's different, but it's amazing. I could eat this as mashed potatoes any day. That's a really great recipe. You're gonna want that for your keto or carnivore Thanksgiving dinner this year for sure.
absolutely. I just think that's the cool thing about it. I mean, like, you literally could serve this for yourself or your family members, even if they're on like a standard American diet. And I think that they would just enjoy it just as much as, you know, if not more than, you know, the typical Thanksgiving stuff that we have. And it's not gonna make you feel bad or gain weight or any of that other stuff. So I think it's really good. And I think it's cool to have an option like this, you know, to have a healthier option other than just going off the rails. And I just gotta keep eating. It's really good. I'm trying to save you some. I'm sorry.
You just keep eating.
There may not be any for you. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm terrible. But
all right, guys, that is the turkey gravy done carnivore style. Thank you so much for watching. This is such a great recipe, and if you go back in my videos, you'll see I originally did one of my first videos on this channel was a gravy recipe, and one that I actually sent to Anita from Ketogenic Woman. Shout out to Anita. Anita, we love you. And I've got some really cool stuff coming in the future I'm gonna be doing with her as well, so you guys keep an eye out. Go make this for your friends and family. I think they're really going to enjoy it just as much as we do. Make sure to stay thankful for everything you guys have. Take care of your family, and remember, we are very thankful for you because you guys have given us such a wonderful thing with this YouTube channel and just being here supporting us. All my links are down below if you want to support the channel. I really appreciate everything you guys do for us. We are very, very happy to be able to be a part of this large community and this family of keto and carnivore friends that we've made here. This is Chris Cook in Nashville and Mrs. Chris Cook in Nashville. Guys, eat your meat and of course your gravy. Love your life. We're gonna see you right here in the kitchen for the next recipe.
bye. Can we eat now?
Yes.
This is some good turkey.
Having fun with that, are you?
Honey, that's good.
Told you it would be.
And I was like, I like turkey.
I know.
Okay.